guest right now from the Area Agency on Aging, Susan Montgomery. Good morning, Susan.
Good morning.
Wow, we were just, before we went on here, you were just telling me that November is National Caregivers Month, right?
Yes, it is.
Wow,
Yes, it is. It's a big month for caregivers.
It is, yeah. It's a time to celebrate all those people that care for someone, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, how have you guys celebrated a little bit on that?
Well, last Friday we had a celebration that the Area Agency on Aging had sponsored. We sponsor one, we put one on every year. This year we actually had collaborated with the Richland County Academy of the Arts. And so it was a day where caregivers could come out and even bring the person they're caring for and be able to enjoy a special day of appreciation for them. Totally free, lunch included. They got many workshops that they could go around do. So they learned salsa dancing and painting, watercolor painting, flower arranging, things like that. But November has been a month to really celebrate the caregiver and the hard work that they do. It's a very big job being a caregiver.
Sure, right.
And you don't have to be a relative or live with the person to be a caregiver. Caregiver can be a next door neighbor that maybe runs to the grocery store for them, or helps get them to the grocery store. Could be a friend or someone that takes them to the doctor. Make sure that they get there, get their prescriptions, and get back home. So it doesn't have to be someone that you're living with or you're related to be a caregiver. So it opens everything wide up. There are so many caregivers out there just doing an amazing job. And we have some programs to help caregivers, and I kind of wanted to talk about those with you.
Ahead, yeah.
One thing that we have is it's introducing caregivers to an online platform. And by what I mean is if you go on the computer and you pull up the Area Agency on Aging at aaa5ohio.org, that's our website, and there'll be a little link to a thing called Active Daily Living.
Okay.
And you can click on Active Daily Living, and it will bring you to a platform that is all about caregiving. All kinds of resources, answers questions. You can click on different areas. Maybe if you're experiencing in your home, your mom is living with you and she is falling. It would be able to give you a lot of great information to be able to help her. Maybe even just looking at the house, maybe those throw rugs don't need to be down anymore,
Right.
or maybe we need a motion acted nightlight in that bathroom or in that hallway, things like that. Instead of changing out the doorknob that he can't get open because he can't grasp the knob, instead of having to go out and buy a lever one, maybe wrap it with rubber bands.
Okay, yeah.
So it provides grip, and it can even make it larger.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah.
So there's a lot of great information. It's all free. They just have to create a username and a password, and then they could go in whenever they wanted to be able to access information that can help them in their caregiving.
Wow, great.
Yes. There's also services that can be provided through the Area Agency on Aging to help your loved one stay in the home for as long as possible. It could be wraparound services like the Passport program that can bring personal care and home delivered meals, different things like that. Home repair can be provided. A lot of different services can be provided. We just need people to call the Area Agency on Aging, talk to a navigator, and then they can help them start planning how to move forward with services and programs that might be able to be provided to them or the person they're caring for, so that they can stay in the home for as long as possible. Because we just want to give them as much support as we can. So there's
Right.
a lot of wonderful programs that can help with that.
Awesome. What things can you do to celebrate your caregivers in your life? There's a few things you can do, right?
Yeah, there's a few things you can do. Time. Give your time. If you have that friend and maybe they're caring for their mother, maybe call them up and say, hey, how about if I come over and sit with your mom for a couple hours? Do you have shopping you need to do? Or just going over and visiting and bringing a cup of coffee and visiting with that caregiver. Maybe help them with some tasks like yard work, if they're out there trying to get ready for this winter that's right before us.
Sure, right, yeah.
Maybe providing a meal.
Right.
If you make yourself a nice meal and you've got extra there, take something like that over and give to them. just being there to listen, send a text, let them know you're
Yeah.
thinking about them.
Yeah, just those little messages might help, just to say, hey, I'm thinking about you and all that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. There's lots of great things you can do to celebrate someone that's a caregiver. And there's a lot of caregivers out there, isn't there?
There are actually our largest population, which was the baby boomers, are now needing care.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're doing, is trying to provide care. There is a shortage in caregivers out there, like hired caregivers. And so we're always looking at that, at if someone wants to get into the field of being an STNA, a state certified nursing assistant, or any type of caregiver, they should reach out in their community, and they can always call the Area Agency on Aging. We can always direct them to, but yeah, just trying to find enough people to be caregivers, so that people can stay in their home for as long as possible. But the families, they're knocking it out of the park.
Right, yeah. And you have some resources available in your lobby there too, right? You were telling me about.
Yeah, we have books that are available free. And like the one I happened to bring you and I today is Special Challenges, and then there's Equipment and Supplies.
Okay.
There's a whole array of different information: how to avoid caregiver burnout, activities of daily living, therapies. The therapies, it's an explanation of physical therapy, occupational therapy, specialized therapies. People might not know what the difference is from one to another. Setting up a plan of care, a daily record of care and treatment after a hospital stay, or, just to make sure that you're recording everything for the doctor.
Sure.
So these are free books. They're mini guides. They're super helpful. And then we have ones that are a little bit thicker. They're also free, and they're on specific diagnoses. So we
Okay.
have Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, multiple sclerosis, lung disease. There's a lot of books on specific diagnoses that are free to them. We can mail them to them. They can stop in our lobby and pick them up. We've even had doctors that have called us and said, okay, I have a family that's dealing with the diagnosis of Parkinson's. What do you have? And we send over this book.
Okay.
And so it's wonderful, great information for them. Helps them know more about the disease that they're dealing with.
And all that's free of charge. No, yeah.
Free of charge.
Wow.
Yep.
Nice.
All
Yeah.
free of charge. We also have 2 programs that are going on. So Respite, what Respite is Respite is time that a caregiver can have away to be able to do things like whatever they need to get done. Go out to lunch with a friend, get a haircut, go to the grocery store. So we do have funding available for, the one is called Companion Care, and that is where a person would be able to come out to the home for a few hours. The caregiver can then leave the home and go and do whatever they need to do, and it's paid for through this program called Companion Care.
Okay.
And so they would just need to call the Area Agency on Aging. Eligibility: individuals must be 60 or older and living in one of our 9 county areas, which is Ashland, Crawford, Huron, Knox, Marion, Morrow, Richland, Seneca, and Wyandotte County. Eligibility varies based on funding and the care that's needed. No income eligibility is necessary.
Okay.
So there's no income guidelines on it. It's just based on funding availability. So if you do know that person that could use some time so that they can leave the home and they know that someone's there with their loved one, they could utilize this program. So they just need to call the Area Agency on Aging to find out more about it. And that's, let me give the number, 419-524-4144. And then the second program is actually Inpatient Caregiver Respite. And this is where they would go to a facility for a certain amount of time, just enough time to maybe give the family time to, maybe they have to leave for a graduation.
Sure, right.
A funeral, a wedding.
A vacation.
A vacation.
Right.
And the person you're caring for cannot go.
Yeah.
This would allow funding for them to be able to have inpatient respite
Okay.
in an assisted living or a skilled nursing facility.
Okay, wow. Okay.
And this would help with that funding. And once again, there are no income guidelines on this. They would just need to call the Area Agency on Aging.
Okay.
So we're trying to give as many resources as we can to caregivers, whether it's services coming into the home to help, home delivered meals, an emergency button, personal care service, homemaking, or whether it's providing programs where we can actually, help the caregiver with the respite that they need. We just need for people to call the Area Agency on Aging. If you are a caregiver, if you know a caregiver and you're trying to find out those resources so that we can help you navigate the path.
All right, Susan. Like I said, there's always information available just by calling the Area Agency on Aging, right? You guys can help out anytime, right?
Yes, we can. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. We're located at 2131 Park Avenue West over in Ontario, but we do cover Crawford County, 9-county area. There's Area Agency on Agings in every county, so if you do have maybe that brother down in Meigs County and you're like, okay, he's starting to struggle and you're trying to help him, you can call us at the Area Agency on Aging and we can help give information about the Area Agency on Aging in their area. Our number is 419-524-4144 or 1-800-860-5799. Please give us a call. We have navigators that can speak to you, but you can always just walk in our front door too.
AAA5ohio.org is your website, correct?
It is. Yes, it is.
All right. Thank you so much, Susan. I hope people realize that you guys can help out in any way you can over there, that you're not alone if you're a caregiver, and celebrate that caregiver this month. Celebrate them every month, right?
Yes, every month. Yes.
Right, Susan. Thank you so much.
Thank you.